Chapter 3. The Hidden Bloodline. I slipped into the subway, down cracked concrete steps crowded with fleeing bodies. The air was humid and thick, filled with sweat and fear and the metallic tang of dust. A few police officers tried to organize the flood, shouting, waving, but their voices broke under the roar from above. Underground, the sounds of war became a dull, constant growl. I moved against the flow deeper, past the platforms, down maintenance stairs no one noticed, through a rusted door that stuck before it finally gave way under my shoulder. The light dimmed to a sickly yellow flicker. This was closer to home than why Father had brought me here when I was 10. Back then, the city had been different, but the bones under it were the same. He had knelt, held my small shoulders, and told me who I was. "You are not human," he'd said softly. "Not only human. Your blood comes from elsewhere, from a people who fled a dying sky, long before these streets ever existed. We hid here. We became stories, then rumors, then nothing. But one day, the sky will open again. When it does, you must remember this place." He had pressed my palm against cold stone. Now, years after his death, my hand found the same spot without seeing it. The maintenance tunnel ended at a blank concrete wall, stained with age. To anyone else, it was nothing. To me, the pattern of discoloration formed a map burned into childhood memory. I spread my fingers, pressed, and whispered an old word that had never belonged to any human tongue. The wall trembled. Dust rained down. Slowly, silently, it slid aside. Beyond it waited a narrow stairway curving down into the dark. I went alone. The air cooled with every step, turning sharp in my lungs. The sounds of the city faded until there was only the drip of water and my own footfalls. A faint glow rose from below, greenish and steady. The stair ended in a chamber carved from bedrock. Its ceiling arched low, the walls smooth, etched with symbols that twisted if you stared at them too long. In the center, a circular platform pulsed with soft light. Around it, they stood waiting, 6 of them. My kind. Some I knew by face from years of passing them on the street, pretending we were strangers. A woman who sold flowers on the corner of 7th and 44th. A homeless man who slept by the river. A quiet professor who walked the park every morning at 6. And others I had never seen. "You're late, Elias," the flower seller said. Her eyes, in this light, showed the faint inner glow we all hid. "Traffic," I answered, because if I didn't joke, I might break. A tremor shook the chamber as something massive crashed above. Dust drifted from the ceiling, glowing in the light. "They have come," the professor said, "just as the records predicted." I stepped onto the platform. Symbols flared to life under my boots, spreading outward in ripples. The air smelled suddenly of ozone and something older, like dry stone under a sun that had never shone on Earth. "All this time," I said quietly, "we waited for them to find us again. Why here? Why bring their war to this world?" The homeless man laughed, a cracked sound. "This world found us first, boy. We just tried not to break it while we hid." The flower seller looked at me with something hard and heavy in her gaze. "Because this time, we are not just running. This time, we fight." On the far wall, a shape began to emerge. Not physical, but made of light. A map of the galaxy, warped and twisted. The portal over New York shining like a wound. I knew then why they were all looking at me. "You're the last of the line," the professor said. "The purest trace left. Our chance to reach the core of their network. To turn their own door against them." My stomach knotted. "I'm not ready," I said, and no one answered. There was no time to be ready. Above us, the world was ending.